I'm going to start easy this week, but you would think, you're going to start easy, but you're picking Vanderbilt to win this game? Yes, I am. I think Vanderbilt can beat Virginia Tech. Gonna be a big win for the SEC. I got it right, and then Vanderbilt took to the overtime and won 34-27. What a win for Vanderbilt, and I believe that they are back. Alright, welcome to Down and Distance. We are back, like I just said. Today is Wednesday, September 4th. I'm Brady Slayer, host of this show. And, let's get started. I got a good show for you. Yeah, I can't believe this. Jimbo let me down. Not Jimbo. The Dabo let me down. Yeah, number 14 in the country. I mean, they were playing number 1 Georgia, but, I expected you to put more of a fight in a game like this, but, Georgia didn't end up winning 34-3. You only scored 3 points? Are you kidding me? Yikes. Yeah, let's look at the total stats. Clemson only got 189 yards. Georgia, 447 total yardage. Wow. And then 278 yards. Look, Clemson didn't even break 50 in rushing. They did have 1 turnover. But Georgia had 70 yards in penalties. A lot more penalties. And it didn't hurt them at all. Carson Beck, 70%. 278 yards. 40 was his long. It's got 2 touchdowns. But, wow. Just, wow. Can you believe that stat? Clemson had played terrible. Alright, look at a real game of the week. Notre Dame and A&M. This game came down to the wire. Ignore the score because it was a lot closer than the score. Yeah, A&M kind of fell apart at the end. And it took until all the way till the second half until we had our first touchdown of the game. But Notre Dame ended up winning 23-13. Wow, what a good win for Notre Dame, setting themselves up good for the season. Let's look at the total stats. Yeah, the stats were pretty close, except for when you look at passing. Notre Dame kind of a little dominated in passing, but here's what really hurt A&M. Those 2 turnovers, the 2 interceptions, not a good look. And they were moving the ball very well and possibly in scoring position when both those interceptions happened. But, wow. Look at the player of the game. Price had a good game. He actually boosted Notre Dame's momentum this game. He had a 47-yard touchdown, the first touchdown of the game. And since that touchdown, Notre Dame, I wouldn't say more dominating, but, certainly separate themselves from A&M. All right, let's look at our scoreboard recap from the weekend. Yeah, Michigan State beat Florida Atlanta 16-10. Yeah, it was a lot closer than most people thought, but Michigan State did get the win. All right, next ball game up: Western Michigan versus Wisconsin. They won 28-14, and yeah. Wisconsin kind of struggled to Western Michigan, just slightly. And then TCU on a Friday night beat Stanford 34-27. It was close. Stanford did try, but it wasn't close enough. Yeah, TCU ended up winning. And then on Saturday, Oregon was close. Idaho kept it close. It wasn't a bad offensive game for Oregon. They moved the ball well. It just didn't put up as many points as you thought they were. The defense. Oregon, you might want to fix your defense first. You allowed Idaho to score 14 points on you and kept it close. Yikes. Also, I called it. I knew Fresno State would keep it close in the first half. They did. I think they had a lead at one point. I don't think they actually had a lead, but they did keep it a one position game all the way up until Michigan took over late in the third quarter. Michigan ended up winning 30-10, and yeah, not a good look for Michigan, struggling at Fresno State after just winning the national championship game. Just saying. Miami and Florida was a big game, and also ignored the score on this one. Yes, Miami did end up winning 41-17. Big win for Florida, and Miami definitely set themselves up in the ACC now with Clemson, and now Florida State now having embarrassing losses. But yeah, this game was actually back for Florida. Actually had multiple chances. I wouldn't say win this game, but definitely kept it close. There were some times where they should have scored and didn't. And Kennesaw State, first game in the FBS, they end up losing. And then Boise State versus Georgia Southern. Hey, Georgia Southern, I knew it would be close. I mean, Boise State may be a little overrated in the group of 5. I mean, they're good, but are they playoff good? They didn't end up getting the win. And then South Carolina didn't get the blowout win as you expect as an SEC team, but they did end up winning. And then Houston, what's going on? We got a problem down in Houston. It looks like UNLV's not bad. They're good, but I mean, they'll go to a bowl game. But yeah, I wouldn't expect them to ever beat a Power 5 school. I didn't think they were that good. Yeah, 27-7. And then, UCLA fired Chip Kelly. Yeah, he's now the offensive coordinator for Ohio State. Yeah. UCLA was trailing majority of this game, but they ended up getting the win 16-13. And then on a Sunday night, USC versus LSU. USC probably had one of the best hype videos I've ever seen. But they did get some historical things wrong about the Trojans. But anyway, hype video. It was mostly all hype about him and Lincoln Riley. They ended up getting the win 27-20 in LSU. Brian Kelly post-game press conference. Let's just say he was not happy at all. Where was that attitude on the sideline? I'll say that. And Boston College probably pulls off the biggest upset of the week, beating number 10 Florida State 28-13. Yes, Florida State has lost twice now in week 0 and week 1, both at number 10. First time ever in an AP era. Wow. And I'm bringing this segment back. Yeah. But, Iowa point update, but it doesn't look like I'll be needing to do it much this year. But again, they did play Illinois State. Actually, the first half, I thought that we were actually going to have it that way. They were up, I think they had like 3 points in the first quarter. And then, wow. Second half, they really took over and won 40-20. I got to say, I think Iowa's offense is back. But that's just one game, and they played Illinois State. But here's my pick. I went 6 for 4. Not bad for the first week. Not bad. And I got total of 36 points. I could do better. I could really do better. And I gotta say, I think I went 6 and 4 in like average 6 and 4 and like 5 and 5. I think I only had one bad week last year. But anyway. Yeah, I picked Georgia to win the game. They did. The total combined points, I guess, 26. It was actually 37. Yeah, even with, I thought it would be a more defensive game, and even with Clemson not scoring a touchdown, I wasn't even close. Georgia completely dominated that game. Just wow. And the spread, I also went 6 for 4. Yeah, but with different games. And I also got 29. I went slightly higher. Also, wasn't close enough. A little closer, but still. In the single digits. But also, I picked Clemson to cover. That did not happen at all. Georgia definitely for sure covered this game, and I'm a little disappointed in Dabo this week. And him not using the transport portal is definitely hurting him now, and it is definitely showing. But yeah, that's my pick'em for week 1, and I gotta really do better. I've never gotten a perfect week, but I definitely need to do more than getting 6 correct. All right, let's look at my overrated and underrated for week 1. Ooh, I got a good one for you this week. My underrated team this week is, drumroll please, and no, it's not Florida State. It's Clemson for not using the transfer portal. Come on, Dabo. I know you're so against it, but also, Nick Saban wasn't a big fan of it either, but he used it sometimes. But he used it when it was right, and he used it towards his advantage. Now, Dabo, I know you don't like using the transport portal. You don't have to use it. But I say, and I don't like it either, but use it when it makes sense. Use it towards your advantage. Because obviously recruiting, Georgia's been recruiting very well. They're all about recruiting. They use the transfer portal some, but Georgia's been doing some heavy recruiting, and you just played a team that is heavy on recruiting as you are, and that failed. Yikes. Also underrated. Ole Miss won 76-0. They put up 76 points. Now, I expected them to put up... Hey, here's the thing. I'm not as focused as them putting up 76 points. They protected a shutout. They allowed 0 points. Lane Kiffin, offense focus, allowed 0 points. Now, I know they played in an FCS school, but still, just wow. Congratulations, Lane Kiffin and the Ole Miss Rebels. What a win that was. They are definitely going to be a team to watch in the SEC. All right, I got your NFL headlines for you. Purcell, sorry, I am mispronounced his name. Earlier, over the weekend, he was, in his place, and he gets shot in an armed robbery. He is expected to be okay, but he will miss the game tomorrow night. I'll talk more about that game in just a minute. But on Friday, we got a international game. Yeah, the second game of the year for the NFL. It's going international for the Packers versus the Eagles. I think it's gonna be an okay game. I think the Eagles are for sure. Actually, you remember last time we were set on a team winning internationally? Yeah, Florida State, they ended up losing. Anyway, the NFL's first game of the season. We're heading to the Chiefs, one of the teams we cover. Yeah, Ravens versus the Chiefs. Gonna be a good game. First game of the season. NBC tomorrow night at 7:20. Gonna be quite a show. For the Chiefs. I am really looking forward to the Chiefs. But they're going to be out with a talented wide receiver, Marquise Brown, Hollywood, with a shoulder injury, and he will not play. So, yeah, that's basically all the headlines and all the big games I'll talk about, and I'll talk more. Dallas is also one of the teams we cover. I'll talk about more about the NFL and Dallas on Saturday on American Game Day. All right, got some college headlines for you. Some big ones. I've been talking about this one for a couple weeks now. Just giving you a little update on it. North Carolina quarterback Max Johnson got a season-ending injury in Week 0's game. Yeah, he's gonna miss he's gonna get surgery, and yeah, he's definitely out for the rest of the season. Big loss for North Carolina, but they did get the win against Minnesota. But we'll have to monitor and see how North Carolina does the rest of the season, because I had potential with Florida State and Clemson now playing terribly. They definitely had a shot to win the ACC, but I mean, look at Miami. Wow. And also, I got another update about OSU's NIL. The NCAA had blocked. Yeah, they're not allowing OSU to put QR codes on their players' helmets. For a dumb reason, but it makes sense. I'll probably explain more about that on another update on American Game Day on Saturday. But yeah, if you had DirecTV, you are no longer have ESPN networks or any other Disney channels. And if you live in a metropolitan area, you likely have lost ABC as well. And yeah, contract has ended between DirecTV and Disney. And DirecTV has actually reached out to ACC, the Big 12, and the SEC's commissioners for help. Send them a letter, email, blah, 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 saying, hey, your fans on our program cannot watch your games, cannot watch your teams play, cannot watch your schools. So help us out, please. I mean, they send you money. I mean, Disney sends you guys money, but hey, your fans can't watch them at all. So we'll see how that goes. I actually did have a DirecTV. We're switching to YouTube TV now, so I'll let you know how that goes. But yeah, September 1st, the end of the month, at the end of the month when it blacked out. All right, I got a conference breakdown for you. Yeah, conference versus conference. The Group of 5 actually has 2 wins over Power 5 so far. The ACC got 2 wins. The ACC and the Big 10 and the SEC are all tied with 2. The Big 12's got 1. And Notre Dame with that win over A&M. Yeah, I gotta give them a win over that, even though they play a lot of Power 5 games, but it's just funny that they get that win. Yeah, I'll take that as a loss for the SEC right there. But let's look at my rankings. I got a new rankings for you guys this week. I got USC at 25, Kansas State at 24, SMU at 23, NC State at 22, and Clemson at 21. I'm giving Dabo one more chance, one more week, because you play Georgia. So let's see how you do this next week. But I got you ranking USC after beating LSU. I'm ranking them now. The reason why I have them that low is because it's quite possibly LSU might have a bad year. I don't know. We'll just see. It was a neutral site game, so we'll see. Kansas State moving their way up as well. Let's look at the next. My top 20 for you. This is gonna be a good one. Georgia Tech is ranked now. I got them ranked. And Florida State, do not be looking for Florida State. They are not ranked at all. Iowa is 19. Kansas is 18. Minnesota is 17. Oklahoma State is 16. They all move up 2 spots except for Georgia Tech, because obviously I didn't have them ranked last week, and they are ranked now. So yeah, I'm looking forward to I think as we head into week 2 and see how those games and results of the week 2, I think we'll start to get a more understanding of these teams. All right, let's look at my top 15 for you. This is where it really gets interesting. All right, I got Tennessee at 15. Number 14 is Notre Dame. I like the way they beat A&M, but it was close. They definitely struggled sometimes. Not a top, I think AP put them in the top 10 now. Wow. I don't think they're top 10 yet. Washington's at 13. I mean, they were in the playoffs last year. Yeah, I know they don't have the same head coach, but I gotta keep them in our top 15 until they lose, mostly. Michigan at 12, and LSU is at 11. Yeah, the AP actually dropped Michigan after that win. I mean, I was thinking about dropping them or keeping them right when they were, but LSU was more disappointing. Michigan did end up winning. LSU lost. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Miami is probably the best ACC team right now. They're at number 10. I love the way they are playing right now. I mean, they completely demolished Florida in that fourth quarter. Penn State 9, Ole Miss at 8. Keep an eye on Ole Miss in the SEC. Utah is definitely the main top team in the Big 12. Oklahoma is at 6. Boy, that defense for Oklahoma is for real. That defense is back. I mean, that's the best defense I've seen since they've had the Boss. But offensively, that offensive line needs work. I'll talk more about Oklahoma later in the show. All right, my top 5. Alabama. Number 4, Oregon. And number 3 is Georgia. Number 2 is Ohio State. And number 1 is Texas. Now, the AP agrees with me. Ohio State number 2. We're going back and forth between Texas and Georgia. Now, I know some of you are probably going to say, oh, but Georgia beat Clemson. That should get the number 1 spot. But, do you see the way Texas played on Sunday? Now, I am Oklahoma biased. I will say that. I hate Texas as an Oklahoma fan. But, putting them at, I have them at number 1 because, yeah, I'm afraid of Texas. They got a for real roster. And, the way that Texas played Saturday, yeah, they're going to be a scary team in the SEC this year. And here is my playoff bracket if the season ended today. And based off my rankings, this is what the playoff will look like. Yeah, James Madison versus Georgia. I think James Madison will put more of a fight than Clemson did. I mean, they're not winning, but it'll be more of a fight. And then Ole Miss versus Oklahoma. Yeah, back in the SEC we go. That is going to be quite a ball game. The best offense in the SEC versus the best defense in the SEC. That is going to be a game I want to see. And LSU versus Oregon. Yeah, let's see how potentially a hype quarterback potentially might win the Heisman against an LSU's offense that was a little overhyped against USC. And then Penn State versus Alabama. I think it's going to be a good game. I want to see that game. Big Ten versus SEC as well. I want to see our classic Big Ten. Yeah, versus Alabama. I mean, I know Nick Saban, but I want to see that matchup because Penn State definitely been little, well, let's just say Michigan and Ohio State more favored over them. And then, of course, I got Texas. Oh, wow, we might actually have OU and Texas play each other again. Wow. And then, oh, Miami versus Georgia. I might want to see that again. Oh, are we potentially going to have an Oregon versus Utah rivalry matchup again? And then an Alabama versus Ohio State, quite possibly. That might happen. And then I got Michigan and Washington just left out. Yeah, the playoff. But yeah, I got Texas 1, Ohio State at 2, Utah at 3. Yeah, being a 7 ranked and being 3. Yeah, let's take a look at what AP has for us. Again, I mean, Georgia, Texas flipped. Someone's gonna have to win the SEC. I had Texas win the SEC. AP has Georgia. But I actually think that Ole Miss might win the SEC as well. We'll have to see as they climb on up there. Yeah, they agree with me that Ohio State, Utah, and Miami, in that order, are correct. I mean, I have them slightly more higher. But yeah, AP has got Boise State versus Texas. Not a bad game. Texas totally blow them out. Oregon versus Ole Miss. That one is gonna be a good one as well. Ole Miss for sure. Give me Ole Miss on that one. Missouri versus Alabama. That one is gonna be a good matchup because Missouri is like a dark horse in the SEC right now. We'd love to see that matchup. We'll have to see how Missouri plays the rest of the year. Just keep an eye on Missouri this year. And then Penn State versus Notre Dame. That one is going to be a good one to watch. Notre Dame will never get a bye. Yep, sorry. but you're not in the Power 5. Maybe they'll finally join the ACC. If they were in the ACC right now, they would actually be number 3. Yeah. Yeah, they would get a bye. Yeah, and then Michigan, as well, like me, you get a bye, and USC will get a bye. USC is 13? Are you kidding me? I mean, yeah, they beat LSU, but really after 1 week, first impression? Okay. Okay, the AP gave USC some credit there. Alright, let's look at some key notes from the AP. Louisville and Georgia Tech are now ranked. Louisville's ranked? I didn't even watch them play. I heard a good thing from Louisville, but I didn't watch them play. I did see that they won. Of course, obviously they weren't ranked. I mean, why would you rank the new team if they lost? But I mean, I probably wouldn't have ranked Louisville. But okay. But they dropped Florida State and A&M out. Yikes! Yeah, talk about a little leftover from Jimbo Fisher. USC has the biggest jump. Surprised me up to 13, like I just said, up 10. The biggest fall, no surprise here, is Clemson all the way down to 25. Alright, let's look at our teams that we cover. Kansas winning 48-3. I think Kansas is back. I think Kansas is definitely going to be a team to beat in the Big 12 for sure. Yeah, Kansas is definitely going to cause lots of problems in the Big 12. I mean, putting up almost near, I mean, they did play Lindsey Wood, Lenny Wood, but you're half 100. If you put up near half 100 or close to it on an FCS school, you're definitely should be ranked. They are. And Jalen Daniels is back after an injury last year. He went 60%, not bad. First game, back from injury, over 148 yards. His longest pass is 58. He's got a 1 touchdown. He does have an interception, but it is fixable. And their next game is Illinois, Saturday, 6 o'clock on FS1. That is going to be a good game. That's going to be one of the featured games we're going to be talking about on American Game Day. So, don't sleep on Illinois in the Big Ten. They definitely, I wouldn't say in the running for the Big Ten. No, definitely not. There's so many good teams in the Big Ten, but definitely could pull off an upset or two. Kansas as well. But I think actually Kansas actually has a shot at the Big 12 this year. But let's look at Tulsa. Yeah, it gets Tulsa some love. They beat Northwestern State 62-28. They did a lot of points, but again, you put up half 100. But Tulsa's not Power 5, so yeah, they're not Power 5. They're Group of 5, and they put up 62 points. All right, yeah, look at the stats. He's actually 299 yards, 1 yard away for 377% on passing. His longest pass 36 yards, and he was perfect on ball protection. Yeah, 0 interceptions, no fumbles, and he's got 4 touchdowns. Yeah, and they got Arkansas State next, and Arkansas State has had a game-winning touchdown that actually the officials actually said, or the conference said that we missed the call, and we're sorry, but that was not a touchdown. It was supposed to be a touchdown. To me, I think it was actually a touchdown. I don't know. Fans will complain as well, but Arkansas State versus Tulsa would definitely be a good game. And Oklahoma, all right, this is going to be a good one because Oklahoma might be a little underrated. In the SEC, definitely going to be a team to watch. They're number 16 now. Well, as this game, they're number 15 AP poll, but yeah, number 16 when this game happened. Beat Tipple 51-3. If it wasn't for a late hit out of bounds, it would have been 51-0. But hey, first game, mistakes will happen. But that defense is for real. Billy Bowman. I mean, his stats, he really didn't put up much of a stat. He does have an interception, but his playmaker ability. I mean, wherever the ball was going, he was there to stop it. I mean, even if the ball was caught, he tackles him right then and there. I mean, he is all over the place. He's definitely going to be a playmaker in the SEC for OU. Jackson Arnold. I mean, not a bad first game. 68%, 141 yards. His longest pass, 63. 4 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. Yeah, he got out of there without throwing an interception. Now, I know they did play Temple, but, wow. But every SEC plays, you know, a terrible team. But some game notes. Offensively, yeah, not great on third downs. Went 1 for 12. But, I mean, it went 3 for 3 on fourth downs. Awesome. But, here's the key point on the defense. 6 takeaways. Yeah, guess how many takeaways you had the whole season last year? 5. Had 6 game 1. Yeah. Unbelievable. And here's some game grades. The offensive line definitely needs some work. The offense is getting a C. The defense, I give it a B+. It's SEC ready. Now, I mean, it's not perfect defense, but it's definitely ready for the SEC. And I gotta say, there's some key things to fix. Some things fixable. Penalties, not as bad, but the special teams, give them an A. 2 field goals over 40 yards. Well, I think one was 41, the other one was a 50. Yeah, they got a kicker, and their kicker won Special Team of the Week in the SEC. And, they did lose a key player in the first half, key wide receiver. Yeah, he will be out with a broken foot for 6 to 8 weeks. So, he's likely going to be out for the season. I wouldn't say for sure for the season, but potentially November is when he'll be back. Yeah, November, December is where I'm looking at. All right, let's look at OSU. Now, I did put OSU on upset alert. They were probably for the first quarter. They did. Their offense had a hard time. Their defense definitely was there. Of course, they definitely had some defense. Now, I mean, they did allow them to score 20 points, but South Dakota State did finally get things going in the second half. And OSU did have some backups in by then. But, all OSU has, all Oklahoma State has is Ollie Gordon. Yeah, Bowman needs to do a better job at passing. But, yeah, he's definitely going to be a man to stop. 27 carries, 104 yards. He averaged about 4 yards per play. Got 2 touchdowns, and his longest run was 12. Yeah, not bad. I mean, with no Ollie Gordon stat, but I mean, first game in, his longest run was 12. I mean, you expect him to go longer, but I mean, South Dakota State's got a pretty good defense as well. But with 5 for 14 on third downs, not very good. But 2 for 2 or 12 on fourth downs. Take that. On defense, they got off the field on fourth down. They had a hard time getting off the field on third down. But 4 for 4 on getting off the field on fourth down. Impressive. A team that just won the FCS. Impressive. Alright. Well, that's pretty much my game notes for OSU. Yeah, let's take a look. Oh yeah, my grades. Yeah, I give their offense a B. Struggling on third down, definitely some key to work on, and pass the ball. And they definitely got running the ball, although they probably could create more holes for him. Defense, they got to stop the run. B-. Special teams, get A-. Not bad. Just need to work on returning off of punts, because they got like 0 yardage off of punt returns. First punt they received got 2 yards. Second punt received -2 yards. So yeah, total is 0. So needs some work. But overall, not bad. Texas, on the other hand, 52-0 against Colorado State. A team that took Colorado to overtime last year. And according to the media, Colorado is hyped like really good. Like, they're not ranked, but they're good. Yeah, they got that coach. Yeah, they got Coach Prime in him. Yeah, anyway, Texas ended up winning 52-0. Quinn Ewers had quite a ball game. 74%, 260 yards, 38 was his longest, 3 touchdowns. He does have that 1 interception. But, you can't have Quinn Ewers' game without throwing an interception and winning the game. So, that was that, unless you have OU to play. Yeah, Quinn Ewers, not a bad game, first game. And, I gotta say, in the first game in the SEC, as an SEC member, those fans missed their first touchdown. But, yeah. Man, a lot of teams are struggling on third down this year. 6 for 12, 2 for 3 on fourth down. Their defense got 2 takeaways, but I gotta say, Texas is getting off the field. I mean, Texas, I don't think Texas punted at all that whole game. I think they scored every touchdown. I think every drive they scored. Wow, just amazing. Yeah, anyway, yeah, special teams, yeah, there you go. They got an A. Never punted. So, you can't do anything about it. The offense moved the ball well. They get an A. Never punted. The defense, an A. Shutout. I mean, this is why they're number 1 team. I saw no problem. I mean, they did have that 1 interception, but I mean, it's Quinn Ewers. They did win 52-0, so, and Georgia allowed Clemson to score on them. 3 points. So, tell me a reason why Texas shouldn't be number 1 right now. Yeah. Alright. Let's check out what's going on in the network here on Fantastic Sports. Singapore Podcast will be every other Monday at 6 o'clock. Yeah, Singapore Podcast will actually be back this coming Monday. Yeah, taking a break from it, with it being Labor Day weekend, so I decided to do Hardwood Hoops this week. But Down and Distance this week, sorry. Yeah, Down and Distance every other Monday at 6. Inside the Paint, when basketball season comes back around, it will be every other Wednesday at 6. And our flagship show, American Game Day, every Saturday at 10 a.m. Getting you ready for a full weekend of football. And if you haven't already, check out our website, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, for the latest news, scores, stats, etc. That's all going around the network here on Fantastic Sports. Alright, I got some games on Friday. Yeah, BYU versus SMU. Gonna be a good game to watch Friday. 6 o'clock ESPN2. I got SMU. They're in, Big 12 versus ACC now. Is it weird to say that this is Big 12 versus ACC? Gonna take some getting used to, but give me SMU to win this game. I think they could pull off this upset. I think they could. And then Duke versus Northwestern. 8 o'clock on FS1 on a Friday night. Oh, keep in mind, I probably need to start putting a disclaimer. The times I put on here are Central Times. I need to start remembering to put that note up there. But, give me Duke. I think Duke can win this game. But, if you give me that Lakeview again, Northwestern at the practice field, sure, maybe you might win that game. Duke might be distracted, and Northwestern will win that game. No, Duke is winning this game. Not 100% sure, but I'm sliding with Duke. And then Saturday, I was talking more about this on American Game Day, but here's our games of the week. Kansas versus Illinois. Yeah, Kansas is number 19 now. 6 o'clock on FS1. This one is really gonna show what Kansas is made out of. It's going to set themselves up. Not only are they playing a Power 5 team, a Big Ten team, who Big Ten and potentially at one of the best conferences, SEC as well, got to show us what they're made out of and set them up in the Big 12. All right, this one is a big one. Tennessee versus NC State on ABC. Gotta be a good one. I'm looking forward to an SEC versus ACC. And then Boston College. Where did I get that from? Boise State versus Oregon. 9 o'clock, a late game. Gonna be a big one. And then our game of the week. Texas versus Michigan. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Going to be a big one for sure. And it's getting big new kickoff vibes. Yep, it's on Fox. 11 o'clock. Yeah, they're going down to that game. But it's Texas versus Michigan. My number one versus no, I think I have Michigan at 14. Anyway, gonna be a big game. I think Texas will win this game. Probably bigger than most people think. But we'll see if Michigan can put up a fight. I mean, Michigan is at home. They gotta protect it. If Michigan wins this game, they gotta still be cheating. No, I'm kidding. All right. Well, thanks for watching this week's episode. Went over 40 minutes. Wow. We back on September 18th. Next show. Thank you all for watching.